So in today's video I'll be sharing the recipe of this lovely thali. It's a Diwali special veg thali, that too without onion garlic. Beautiful dishes, lovely combination with lots and lots of flavors, and yes, I have prepared it in the most authentic way. So stay tuned for this recipe of this thali with all these beautiful lovely colorful recipes. Soos Food Corner special Diwali thali. Hey guys, I am Subhankari and I welcome you all to my channel Soos Food Corner English. I hope you all are doing great in your lives, and if you're new to my page, do subscribe to my page and do not forget to tap the bell button. And thank you all for loving my channel so much and liking my videos so much. So let's begin with this lovely recipes of this thali. So first we are going to make dal fry, that's no onion garlic dal fry, and for that I have taken here split peas and peas arhat dal around 200 grams. I had washed them and soaked them for 30 minutes at least, and this needs to be cooked in pressure cooker. So this goes inside the pressure cooker. Turmeric powder 1 teaspoon, salt as per taste, and 1 bay leaf I have added, and water, it's very important, it should be just 1 inch above the dal. That's it. Give it a mix, and we need to pressure cook this for 1 whistle in high flame and then reduce the flame to lowest and 1 whistle in low flame. That's it, and we'll wait till the pressure releases. Switch off the flame, and after 1 whistle on high flame and 1 whistle on low flame, and this is the consistency and this is the perfect texture for a restaurant style dal fry. You can see the pulses or dals have been nicely cooked, get there intact. This is what we want. So let's prepare the tadka or tempering. For that I'll heat ghee 2 tablespoons in a pan on medium high flame, and once it's done, cumin seeds goes 1 teaspoon, mustard seeds I'll add around half a teaspoon, and dried red chili 2, green chili 2 I have slitted and added, and asafoetida or hing around 1/4 teaspoon, and ginger I'll add grated ginger 1 teaspoon. You can also add crushed ginger, but I prefer grated ginger. Give it a mix. All these flavors will be nicely mingled in the dal fry, and now once I have mixed, I'll add few curry leaves, and then to this I'll add 1 large size tomato that is cubed, and to this tomato I'll add half a teaspoon of salt, and now I need to cook these tomatoes with this tempering in open flame for around 2 to 3 minutes. Basically the salt that we had added, it will make the tomatoes soft, and that's what we need. We don't want a nice paste of tomatoes, we want some mushy pieces, so that will provide nice texture and taste to our dal fry. So after 2 to 3 minutes, just use the spatula to smash this in this way. So roughly we just need to do it. We don't want a very thick puree like thing, just roughly I'll mash it. This is what we want, and these tomatoes are looking perfectly done. And now increase the flame and I'll add the boiled dal. This is what adds the zing to the dal fry. Give it a mix, and now increase the flame to highest and wait till the dal comes to a boil. Once it starts to boil, reduce the flame to medium and let it cook on medium flame for around 2 to 3 minutes. And after 2 to 3 minutes, I'll add green coriander leaves chopped. This will give a very nice flavor, and for the final touch I have heated ghee. I have taken 2 tablespoons. You also take butter, hot, it's melted and hot ghee or butter, anything, and to it I'll add 1 teaspoon of Kashmiri red chili and some turmeric powder. Make sure you do this process after you have taken it off from gas, otherwise the Kashmiri red chili powder will lose its color. This red color, this is what that makes this dal restaurant style dal. So just add some and leave some, and the rest that is remaining, that I'll add when I'll serve this dal to give that perfect look of restaurant style dal fry. And it's perfectly done. Adjust salt accordingly. At this stage I'll add some ginger julienne, and finally the remaining tadka that we had made, the Kashmiri red chili tadka, that goes in, and this dal is perfectly ready to be served. No onion garlic, restaurant style dal fry is ready. Next dish is my paneer chatpati, and that too I'll do without onion garlic and without tomatoes. So in a pan I have heated 2 tablespoons of clarified butter or ghee, and to this I'll add 1 black cardamom, that's little bit crushed, 2 green cardamom, cinnamon stick 1 inch, dried red chili 2, and 2 green chili that's slitted, and all these flavors will be released in this ghee. 1 bay leaf also I have added. Give it a mix for just few seconds, and asafoetida or hing half teaspoon, and grated ginger I'll add around 1 teaspoon. Now give everything a mix on medium flame. Make sure we don't want the asafoetida or the ginger to be burned, and after 2 minutes on medium flame, I'll reduce the flame to lowest and add water around half a cup. Yes, I need to add water to this tempering. After adding water, increase the flame, but before adding water, make sure you decrease the flame. Coriander powder 1 tablespoon I have taken here, Kashmiri red chili powder 1 tablespoon and amchur powder. So leaving the amchur powder, the coriander powder and the Kashmiri red chili powder goes into this tempered water, and as the flame is high, it will start to boil. Some coriander leaves I will add 1 tablespoon. Adding coriander leaves at this stage, as I always said, in no onion garlic recipes, this gives a peculiar flavor which is very tasty. So just wait till the oil starts to separate, the dry spices will be nicely toasted, and once it's done, I have taken here curd 1 cup. Before that, reduce the flame, wait for 2 minutes till the temperature little bit comes down, and then I'll add the curd, and after adding curd in low flame, continuously stir for around 3 to 4 minutes till the curd is nicely settled. This should not curdle, and once it has been done, the curd is nicely settled, I'll add turmeric powder just half teaspoon, because we don't want a very rich color of turmeric in this dish. So just give it a mix. My curd is perfectly done. You can see it has become thickened, it has not curdled, and this is the base of our curry. And now increase the flame. I'll add paneer 300 grams, it's cubed, and to it some salt. It can be adjusted according to your wish. And now in high flame, give it a mix. What will happen? This paneer will be nicely coated with this tempered spices and all this ginger and dry spices, and simultaneously it will be roasted. So make sure you do this process for around 5 minutes in high flame. You can see that gradually the paneer has acquired the color, the reddish color of this Kashmiri red chili. And now 3 tablespoons of cashew nut and 3 tablespoons of melon seeds I had blanched for around 4 to 5 minutes in hot water, and then I had made it a puree that I'll add to this for thickening and obviously for the rich taste. Water around 1 cup I had added, as much gravy we want, but for this recipe we don't want much gravy. And to it garam masala powder 1 teaspoon, and here for chatpati flavor some jaggery or honey or sugar 1 teaspoon. So amchur we had added for the sourness, curd we have added for the sourness, and some jaggery or honey that will actually balance the flavor. And once after adding all those ingredients, I have added the melon and cashew paste. Give it a mix, but make sure before adding the melon and cashew paste, the water should have a nice boil, and then salt also I have adjusted accordingly because we had added some honey and some curd. Give it a mix, and you can see how beautiful color it has acquired. And now on medium high flame, I'll just wait it comes to a boil, and then roasted cumin powder half teaspoon goes in at this stage, and reduce the flame to medium and wait for around 5 to 6 minutes till this is done. And you can see gradually the color of this gravy will change, and once it's done after 4 to 5 minutes, fresh cream 2 tablespoons I have added. You can also add the homemade malai, anything you have, just use some malai and then give it a stir. And now on medium flame more 3 to 4 minutes, and color will gradually change and it will thicken. This is what we want. We want a semi thick consistency of the gravy. Everything balanced. You can check the sugar, the curd and the salt. This obviously depends upon your taste, and it's finally done. And lastly, I'll add some roasted dry fenugreek leaves, kasuri methi, around 1 teaspoon. Just roast it slightly and then add, and then I'll switch off the flame. And you can see I have just increased the flame for 1 to 2 minutes so that everything comes to a mix, and this is done. My tempting paneer chatpati is ready to be served, and that too without onion garlic. Next recipe is potato capsicum stir fry. So in a pan, I'll heat 2 tablespoons of mustard oil, and once it's nicely heated, cumin seeds goes half teaspoon, and here I have taken coriander seed 1 teaspoon, fennel seeds half teaspoon. I have just crushed them. This adds a very nice flavor, so this goes in. Crushed coriander and fennel seeds. 1/4 teaspoon of assafoetida or hing. Once it's nicely tempered, I'll add 2 large potato peeled and cubed and some salt accordingly. And now on high flame, I'll roast this for around just 1 to 2 minutes, and then reduce the flame to medium. I'll add around 2 tablespoons of water, and then cover it and leave it for around 5 to 6 minutes. So as we had roasted on high flame, these potatoes will retain the heat. Water goes in 2 tablespoons and cover it for around 5 to 7 minutes, and after 5 to 7 minutes these potatoes will be 80% done. I'll just show you. You can also stir in between if you want. See, the water has almost evaporated after 5 to 7 minutes, and these potatoes have acquired a very nice color in medium flame, and almost they are 80% done. I'll just show you. You can see here, see, it's done. This step is very important. Make sure the potatoes are already roasted before adding the capsicum, So once done, now increase the flame. It's very important. Before adding capsicum, increase the flame and add the capsicum. Give it a stir, because this, if the flame is low, this capsicum will instantly release its moisture. We don't want that. We want this capsicum to be nicely roasted. So in high flame, just roast them for around 5 to 6 minutes more with the potatoes, and then turmeric powder just 1/4 teaspoon, garam masala half teaspoon goes in, and just give it a mix. This gives a very nice flavor. And then here I have added fresh red chilies. These are fresh, not the dried ones. This gives color and also a nice sweetness. Give it a mix. And then one last tomato I have added, cubed. Make sure before adding the tomatoes, the capsicum are already 50% done. Add the tomatoes, give it a mix. You can adjust salt at this stage, and then reduce the flame to medium and cover it for around just 3 to 4 minutes. And after 3 to 4 minutes, the tomatoes have softened a bit. We don't want them mushy. We just want them to soften a little bit, and see how beautifully color the tomatoes have retained. And lastly, black pepper powder half teaspoon. This just covers it entirely. Give it a mix, and our very easy, very quick potato capsicum stir fry is ready with lovely colors. And lastly, I'll add the coconut curd raita. For that, I have taken a fresh thick curd around 400 grams. Make sure the curd is fresh and thick. To this, I have added fresh coconut, grated coconut around 1 cup. This gives the sweetness to this dish, fresh grated coconut. And one paste I have made, 1 tablespoon of black mustard, ginger 1 inch, 2 green chili, and 2 tablespoons of grated coconut. Just blend everything, and this paste is done. So these are the basic ingredients. So first, I'll just nicely mix this curd so that this curd can be super smooth, and it is homemade curd. It's very fresh, so make sure for this recipe you take homemade curd and fresh curd. The curd should not be sour. And after I have mixed this curd, first I'll add the mustard paste and jaggery powder around 150 gram for around 400 gram of curd. You can also replace jaggery with sugar, but jaggery, I prefer jaggery. And the rest of the coconut I'll add around, it would be around 200 grams of coconut. Salt 1 teaspoon, roasted and powdered 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds, and 2 green chili. I had just roasted and I had that powdered them. That powder goes in, and now give everything a mix, and this raita is perfectly done. Now it's time for the tempering. For the tempering, I have heated 1 tablespoon of oil, cumin seeds 1/4 teaspoon, mustard seeds 1/4 teaspoon is added when the oil is heated, and 2 dried red chili, 2 slitted green chili, and few curry leaves. Basically, this tadka will give the final zing. Add this tadka and just give it a mix, and this delicious coconut curd raita is ready. It has beautiful flavors of jaggery and the curd, and this gives a very nice zing to the taste buds. It's done. Now let's serve our thali. So this is my special Diwali thali. So first I'll serve the potato capsicum stir fry, and this beautiful flavor. The main focus of this beautiful dish is the colors. Perfectly done and perfectly matched. And now it's time to serve this chatpati paneer. A beautiful paneer preparation without tomatoes and without onion garlic. Try this out, and do not forget to grate some fresh paneer on the top of the dish before serving. Perfect for garnishing, and see how beautiful it's looking. And now it's time for the next item, that's pindi chole or village style Indian style chickpea curry. You can see how nice the texture it has, and do not forget to add some ginger julienne, and it is ready. Then I'll serve here my delicious dal fry, restaurant style dal fry without onion garlic. You can see how nice the consistency of dal has turned out, and some tempering goes on top of it. Then I have made kesari halwa, that's special for Diwali, and this color is from saffron. That's the twist in this halwa, and see how perfect the consistency of halwa has turned out. Then I have here the lovely coconut dahi or curd raita. Do not forget to add some roasted cumin and red chili powder, jeera rice, and our beautiful hing kachori. 2 beautiful kachoris goes in this thali, and 1 spoon, and to complete this thali, 1 glass of water. So this is Sue's Food Corner English special Diwali thali, completely vegetarian without onion garlic, with lots and lots of flavor. You can taste any item, and I guarantee you your taste buds will be surprised with the flavors. Do try this combination and let me know how it turned out. I hope your Diwali turns out to be safe and beautiful. And now it's time for the comment of the day. Today's comment of the day is from Ankita Ghosh. She writes, your talking style is very natural and it's really looking yummy. Thank you so much, Ankita. Thank you so much for your beautiful words, and thank you for taking time and watching my videos. Much love, stay safe and stay connected. And for today's video, that's Diwali special veg thali, that too without onion garlic. To try out some of the items, you will love the flavors. And you can also follow Su's Food Corner on Instagram and Facebook. And if you have liked the video, do give a thumbs up, share with your family and friends, and do not forget to subscribe to my page. See you in next video. Till then, stay safe, love life and happy fooding.